Hi there, welcome to xileflien's Spooky Files, or what I would like to call the X-Files. Get it? X-Files, X-Files, you know? Never mind. In this episode, we have Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear, please tell us your supernatural experience.
This happened about 10, 11 years ago, I think, maybe more. It was in school at the time. There was once a camp held for junior students. We had about 150 kids, and me and a couple of guys were facilitators for that camp lah. That place was actually my old primary school, and for the longest time we all know the damn place is haunted. There was an urban legend about the place, which turns out to be true. They found a skull behind the school.
What? A skull, you say?
Yep, skull. They used to have a story running around that that school used to be a Japanese camp during the Second World War. That place has a history. So when we were in that camp thing, it was an extracurricular activity held for students around 14 to 16, give or take. So we were part of those. In the morning, we actually had a VIP coming in to officiate events and stuff. So me and a couple of guys were actually in the troop. So at night, while we got the participants, the kids all to sleep, me and three other guys were sitting in front of that long corridor I spoke of earlier, because there was fluorescent lights, so it's bright enough for us to go and polish our shoes.
So how late at night was this?
Oh, that was about 2:30, I think, 2:30 a.m. It was late at night because we had to put these kids to sleep. Then we had to prepare the food, and we have to do whatever the heck we were supposed to do, including camp security. We polished our shoes. We were talking crap about everything else under the sun, until we heard it.
What did you guys hear?
We were three of us sitting in the middle of nowhere, technically in the middle of nowhere because everybody's asleep. And what we were hearing is whispers.
Wait, what?
We heard it everywhere. We heard it behind a bush. We heard it behind ourselves. We heard it inside the class. We heard whispers. So we felt odd because we know we were kids back then, young and stupid, I guess. But the crux of it is we heard the whispers, but we were disturbed. We didn't get scared or anything, so we just continued talking, acting as if nothing happened. While we were doing that, all of a sudden the whispers got louder, and the first thing we noticed that the lights in the corridors turned off one by one.
One by one, like exactly one by one.
You know how you see it in the movies? There's 12 lights all in all, and from the furthest light all the way to our side, the lights turned off. All the way to our side.
Thank you for that free sound effects, Mr. Bear.
Now have I sufficiently induced your imagination?
Yes, you did.
So we were actually in the dark, hearing whispers, and there's only three of us surrounded by the dead. So it's creepy as heck. We were in the dark for a good five minutes, I think. We actually thought it was a prank. So while we were like half shouting, "Oi, knock it off!" Then the lights suddenly turned on. It flickered on like somebody threw on a switch. Then we actually had a realization: those lights never turn off one by one. It's all in one circuit. How does the lights turn off one by one? So after we polished the shoes, we were a bit shaken, but we just shrugged it off as if nothing happened. I did go to the main common area where a bunch of my guys were cooking tomorrow's breakfast.
Now you're talking about food, you're making me hungry.
One of those guys was my friend. We call him Lan. Tall fellow, and he has this weird lanky walk whenever he walks. When I arrived, that guy Lan, actually he left. He went to check on something, he said. So I was hanging around the cooking area for about an hour or so. Then one of my guys actually said, the guy was cooking. I forgot his name as well. He went to tell me to go get blanket or something like that from the sleeping area, which I said, okay, I'll go take it. He also gave me a rather weird request. He said, if you see Lan, tell me where he is, because I need to tell him to do something. So, okay. And so I went to the sleeping area. I found the blanket my friend was talking about. I took it back. And on the way back, I did see Lan. I saw him in front of the main office, in which I said, oh, that's a weird place to check for stuff, but alright. So I went back to the common area. I told my friend, hey, I just saw Lan. He's in front of the main office. So that guy gave me a long, hard stare. I didn't know why. He looked at me weirdly, and the first thing that came out of his mouth is, are you sleepwalking? So I was like, why? I'm not sleepy. Okay, fine, I'm a bit tired, but I'm not sleepy. Then he looked at me, he pointed to the left. He said, there's Lan. And the guy was sound asleep. What the hell did I just see, man?
Yeah, man. What the hell did you just see? Mr. Bear is also known as the Average Bear Plays on Facebook Gaming. I'll leave his links at the description below. And for those of you who do want to hear more spooky stories, there will be more coming up. Subscribe, like, dislike, share, don't share. Hoard the videos for yourself. It doesn't matter. As long as you stay tuned for the next episode of a spooky story.